Yo, what's going on? It's yo boy, back at it again. That was so shit. Today I wanted to ask a simple question. Why did we forget about Danny Duncan? I don't mean forget in terms of he's irrelevant or whatever. He's still getting millions of views per video. It's kind of insane. What I mean is 5 to 6 months ago, he was getting allegations left and right from his ex-friends, from girls that he met on tour. Pretty much everywhere he was getting allegations, and it was massive news. Everyone was talking about it. But people got bored and they forgot, and I just don't know why. First off, I want to say the Sunhatkid thing, it's a complete mess, and that's not what I'm going to be focusing on today. What I mean is, around 5 months ago, 5 to 6-ish months ago, he had around 4 to 5 allegations levied against him that were posted all the way back in 2020, or even before that. The allegations were all the way from sexing a minor, all the way to actually grooming them. And it's not like these allegations were proven false or anything by him or his team or anything in between. I don't even think Danny Duncan or anyone associated with him has even come close to responding to any of these. And I guarantee that I'm going to get a bunch of little Danny Duncan shitters in my comments saying, "Oh, don't hate on him, you're just jealous," stuff like that. I'm not jealous. He lives in Florida. And so what I'm deciding to do today is I'm going to re-jog your memory in case you forgot of all the terrible shit that Danny Duncan has been accused of. And let's try not to forget it this time, okay? So let me talk about the first person to come out against Danny Duncan. And if I remember correctly, this person's name is Eva. Eva and Danny Duncan started talking when she was 14, but she told him that she was 15. And they started to talk, normal conversations as people do. And then it slowly turned sexual when Danny asked her for pictures. She would send pictures, he would send pictures. And remind you, he knew that she was 15. And just so we're on the same page, they started talking in 2016. And at that time, Danny was 23, 24-ish. So a full-on adult. And so around 2 years since they started talking, Danny decided to fly down there and hang out with her. In quotation marks, of course. Let me show you the clip of her talking about it.
Eventually, he does come and see you. And you don't flake on him. How old are you when he comes to see you? Like, what happens then?
I was still 16.
Okay.
And he Ubered me to his hotel room. He came straight to the city I lived in. Like, literally the next day. I was like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And he was here the next day.
And you guys did the deed? He's, what, 26 at the time? You're 16?
Yeah.
And at this time, Eva is 16 and Danny is a solid 26 years old. Now, in terms of evidence, there's not a whole lot, to be honest. She has a testimony from her friend who hung out with her and saw firsthand proof of Danny talking and being sexual with her. I'll play that real quick.
So back in December 2018, I was hanging out with her and she was showing me how she was talking to Danny on Snapchat. I was 15 and she was 16 and they were sending Snapchats back and forth in which he had sent her multiple nude pictures. Later in the night, Danny called her on FaceTime and I stayed in the room while they were on the phone. But during the call, he wanted to see her chest area bouncing, and she asked me to jump on the bed so it would bounce. And I remember afterwards, she told me that he was planning to visit her once she was 18, but at the time, we didn't realize that she was being taken advantage of like she was.
And besides that, Eva has proof that her and Danny talked, but there's no proof that anything sexual happened or anything else happened. I can't, with a reasonable mind, make any strong claims that this did or didn't happen, especially since I don't want to get sued. But don't worry, that's just the first one. Now, let's talk about Gigi. Gigi came on Dramaalert to talk about her experience with Danny Duncan. In 2018, she went to one of his shows when she was 17. He acted a bit weird, a bit out of character for how you should be when you're 26 talking to a 17-year-old. Then she threw her bra on stage, and at the meet and greet, she told him that it was her bra. And he made a weird comment. I'll let what she says play.
There was the meet and greet afterwards where I got back in line and I said, "Hi, I'm the one who threw my bra on stage." And he replied with, "Well, if I would have known it was yours, I would have kept it." And everyone got real tense and I just got nervous and I asked him to sign it for me. And then I left.
So he signed your bra.
After that, they start DMing on Instagram, and Gigi mentions that she's turning 18 a lot of months in the future. He says he'll wait, of course, and she gave him his Snapchat, and he decided to add her immediately. And so he adds her back. They start talking. She talks a lot about his videos, just trying to get to know him, Same as Eva. And then he asked, are you down to send? Now there's no proof of this, but there is proof for pretty much everything else. And I'll let Gigi tell the rest of the story.
It was just like light conversation about his YouTube videos because again, I just wanted to get to know him. And then he asked me if I was down to send. And I said, well, if you're down, I'm down, because obviously it was
so
a sticky
for the sake of the video, you know, we can't say certain terms on YouTube, but you guys are sending explicit pictures back and forth.
Right.
And he
Yeah.
1,000% knows you're 17.
Yes, 100%.
What is he doing?
According to Keemstar, in his second Danny Duncan allegations video, there was a bunch of girls who came forward to share their stories to try to be heard.
There are so many females hitting us up saying, hey, Danny Duncan did the same thing to me. Like, you know, there are so many out. This is wild. All right. This is on a scale that's bigger than the James Charles skin. Like there's so many, it's unbelievable.
Now, of course, some of them or a lot of them could be false, but there are multiple that seem true, or at least have evidence backing them up. Even if it's small evidence and it's not something that is 100% proven and can put him in court or ruin his career, there is still zero proof of him denying it. And with the text that he sent to Gigi, you can obviously tell he's a little creepy. I don't understand why people just forgot it so fast.